What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I decided to rebuild the red hot Washington Wizards, but today doing something I don't usually do. Every time I do a Wizard rebuild, I usually end up trading Russell Westbrook or trading Bradley Beal or doing something along the lines of that. But since the Wizards have been kind of decent ever since like the last 10 games have been 8-2, Russell Westbrook's been on a hot streak. So today I decided I thought we could literally build this team around Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal and kind of see how things go, just because I think there's still a possibility and a chance if the Wizards do get into the play-in tournament and then they make the playoffs. I think the Wizards still could go forward with Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal instead of trading one or the other. So that's what we're going to do today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Other than that, let's go ahead and jump into this Wizards rebuild. And I uploaded on my second channel this morning as well. So if you guys have not seen that, link is in the description. The Los Angeles Clippers ended up being the champion and the Wizards finished as the 12th seed. So it'll definitely be interesting to see if the Wizards get into the 8th seed, or are they gonna be in the play-in tournament, or I feel like they'll be in the play-in tournament obviously, but it just depends what seed they will be, unless they fall out of it, of course. But going into this offseason, I want to go ahead, like I said, and make it known I'm building around Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook to see if we can make this team a contender, keeping these two. So draft lottery time, this is where a good start would be. So let's say, for instance, the Wizards don't end up getting into the playoffs, so they finish as like the 10th seed, I guess, so they'd be projected like number 11, number 12, but unfortunately we're the 12th seed, so we are projected the 9th pick. And let's go ahead and see what happens as we fall down to number 10 anyway. So who knows, maybe the Wizards could get to number 10 in the lottery. The Knicks had the first pick in the draft via the Dallas Mavericks, and so we have the 10th pick, so that means we could probably get somebody pretty good here. Scott Brooks is interesting. Russell Westbrook and Scott Brooks are obviously very close, so part of me wants to keep him around because of that and the fact that they've been at least a little bit better lately. So I'll go ahead and keep him for now. He's definitely on the hot seat. I'm definitely looking at him and definitely going to be definitely taking a look, like I said, but we're gonna go ahead and leave him for now. But with the 10th pick in the draft, so I could draft somebody and continue to like kind of accumulate young players and all that. But since we are kind of rebuilding around a 28 and a 32-year-old, the future is now, right? So we're gonna go ahead and try to make some trades. Thomas Bryant, I do like him as a center for this team. Injury did end up hitting him early in the season, so that was very unfortunate for the Wizards. But I do want, and then Davis Bertans has been decent at times. DMD, Chandler Hutchison. So there's really nobody I see right now that I could trade and make a big trade. So let's just go ahead and draft with this 10th pick, I guess. So number 10, let's go ahead and see what's going to fall to us. So at number 10, we have Jonathan Kuminga going number 1. Jalen Suggs going number 6 to the Warriors. So here we are at number 10, and we have Scotty Barnes on the board, Jaden Springer. So I think obviously without a doubt I take Scotty Barnes here. Not sure if he's gonna stay with us, to be honest, because like I said, we are building around Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, so there's an opportunity, you know, to maybe kind of look, you know, scan the market, kind of see what trades would pop up. But Daniel Gafford and Rui Hachimura, but part of me wants to keep a lot of these young guys around because there is just so many young players here that like it is definitely important to kind of have a future after these two guys might be gone. But as far as free agency is concerned, obviously we can't really afford anybody. Like, it's just not going to happen. Looking at the roster, so we got Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, of course. There's no really backcourt player. Danny Avdija and Scotty Barnes now. Rui Hachimura, Davis Bertans, and then Thomas Bryant, Daniel Gafford. So that's kind of a full rotation. But if I'm completely honest with you, I do not want to go forward with the roster we have now. I would rather make some trades and see what I can make up. So what would those two trades, or what would a trade be, you know, what would it look like? So you just kind of scan the market, team intel, kind of see what's available, kind of see what could help us get over the top. We made some kind of crazy trade to get like this team even better. So obviously we have a lot in the backcourt, so I'm kind of looking at some of the, you know, the front court, like whether it's a power forward slash center that might make sense here. That might push us over the, you know, the limit, or push us over the edge if we were able to get some kind of big man that would help us out. It would definitely be interesting to do something like that. So I don't know who that's going to be, but I definitely kind of want to take a look around the league, see what makes sense, see what I can get. And once I have that player that I'm going to be trading for, you guys will know. Player that I could find that would literally make a little bit of sense is you know, Russell Westbrook's former teammate Jeremy Grant. So we traded Davis Bertans, Daniel Gafford, a first-round pick, and Chandler Hutchison in order to grab Jeremy Grant. from the Detroit Pistons. And obviously as Wizards, we as the Wizards GM, we were kind of hoping Jeremy Grant comes over, can play some defense and kind of be what he used to be in Detroit, but obviously more as a third option instead of a first option. So no, I still want him to be like a really good scorer for us, but at the same time obviously taking a little bit of a backseat if he can. So that is our first big move, and that was like the only move that I saw that made any sense at all. Like everything else just didn't make any sense. So that is our big acquisition in Jeremy Grant. Scotty Barnes, Danny Avdija is going to run through the small forward and the front court. So obviously we need some backup guards or a backup center. So Boogie Cousins could be interesting if we wanted to go ahead and bring him over to Washington. I do kind of like the idea of him as well. So Marcus Cousins, kind of being a big man that could step in at times. He used to be one of the best big men in the league, so I'm not complaining about that. And I also see Langston Galloway here as a nice backup shooting guard, so that is cool as well. So that is our big offseason. We got Jeremy Grant, got DeMarcus Cousins, and we got Langston Galloway. So I'm not really sure, if that's a recipe for winning basketball, but hopefully, with the addition of Jeremy Grant, Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal still being who they are, hopefully, in season number 2, I guess this would be season number 1 that we are simulating, that it goes well. That's like our only hope at this point. So let's go untapped potential. And obviously we kind of want to see guys like I'm gonna throw one at Jeremy Grant just because we just traded for him. I'm gonna throw one at Denny Avdija, and I'm gonna throw the last one at Rui Hachimura. So hopefully with those guys getting some untapped potential, they can kind of step it up a little bit. As far as rotation is concerned, you have Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, Scotty Barnes, Rui Hachimura, DeMarcus Cousins, Jeremy Grant, Thomas Bryant, Denny Avdija, Isaac Bonga. Okay, so already not liking the rotation. 9-man rotation is what I'm gonna roll with. And I don't love Rui Hachimura starting over Jeremy Grant, if I'm completely honest with you, because we kind of made that move in order for Jeremy Grant to be kind of that third guy. And then Cousins is starting over Thomas Bryant. Not sure why that is. Probably because Scott Brooks' proficiency is just really weird. I don't know why. He's like one of the only coaches in the damn game that runs post-centric. So let's not do that. I'm going to move this to a 7-second system, not defense. That is not our thing. So 7 seconds, move that there. And then let's see if it fixes itself now. No, so we still have Cousins starting. Let's just go ahead and fix that ourselves. So obviously I don't really want to see that. So I wouldn't mind Cousins getting more minutes than Thomas Bryant. I mean, I don't mind that as like a guy that used to be better than Thomas Bryant, obviously, but Jeremy Grant, I do want to see get some minutes. So let's give him like 33, and I'm cool with that. And then last but not least, Jeremy Grant's shot tendency 99, and Bradley Beal is up there. Jeremy Grant's is a 54, which is somewhat disrespectful. I'm gonna throw it up to like an 86 because I want him to score the basketball as well. So let's go ahead and simulate season number 1, kind of see how things go with this new roster for the Washington Wizards. Proficiency wise, we're 3.5. So I'm definitely curious to see how this is going to go, and let's see if this Wizards team can make the playoffs. Again, this Wizards team does not make the playoffs. We went 35-47, and if I was like the real life GM and I saw Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal didn't get me into the playoffs again, I'd probably be like, okay, it's probably time to move on. But since I titled this video building around Russ and Beal, we're not giving up just yet. We're not giving up. So winning playoffs, let's see how things go. We went 35-47. So the first thing is going to be this offseason is to fire Scott Brooks. That is going to be the first thing we do, just because, sometimes it falls on the coach's lap. Sometimes it's not even really the coach's fault, but it's just the way that, the cookie crumbles. But we are projected the 9th pick, so projected a good pick here again, I guess. And we end up with number 9, so cool. But proficiency or staff signing, got to go. New coaching staff is in order. We got to get this. So fire all them guys. And head coach wise, I think I'm going to hire... let's hire Billy Donovan. Why not? Russell Westbrook's former head coach. And then let's hire Mike D'Antoni, former coach as well. Unless Billy Donovan is just not feeling us, which he might have signed somewhere else, or I just don't see him anymore. Why not? I'll get Steven, I guess, and I'll get Trent Peterson. So let's sign both of them. Billy Donovan rejected my offer, but that's fine. We have a brand new coaching staff, head scout, Wyatt Mills, welcome, and then free agent or NBA draft time. So for the NBA draft, we traded for Jeremy Grant, and I'm still content with him. We have Scotty Barnes and DeMarcus Cousins. I'm just curious. If I threw these 3 together, grab De'Aaron Fox, Fred VanVleet, Siakam, but I'm not going to do that. So his realism comes in play, and I just don't see that being a thing. So in the NBA draft, we have the 9th pick, so we can go ahead and just select another solid player at the very least, somebody that could come in and help right away. Cam Fletcher. We have Jaden Hardy, so some backcourt depth would probably be helpful. So Jaden Hardy, welcome to the Wizards. I'm pretty sure he's a pretty good overall coming out of the draft, 78 overall. Jaden Hardy and Dallin Coleman in the second round. I'll go ahead and sign him as well. Player options, Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal are both free agents. So qualifying offers, Isaac Bonga. So like I said, if I was a real life GM, I'd probably be ready to move on from Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. But since I'm not, I'm going to go ahead and sign them both back to whatever they want. And that is just going to be the way it is. So Russell Westbrook, we are committed to Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. That is what we're doing, folks. So Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, we got Jaden Hardy, Dallin Coleman now. We have Scotty Barnes, Daniel Avdija. We still have Jeremy Grant, Rui Hachimura, and DeMarcus Cousins. So don't really have a big man right now, but obviously Thomas Bryant still kind of sitting there in free agency. Sign him to a deal. And now that he got a big contract, what we can do with Thomas Bryant is maybe throw him out there and see if we can maybe get something better to come help us. So Thomas Bryant, and let's say through Daniel Avdija in there. So Patrick Williams knows well, Isaac Okoro, Zubac, Brandon Clark, Precious, Jordan Clarkson, Joe Harris, Cam Thomas, Miles Turner, OG Anunoby, Christian Wood from the Rockets. Okay. Mikal Bridges, Basley, Norman Powell, Johnny Juzang. So I kind of like the Christian Wood deal. We give the Rockets Thomas Bryant and Daniel Avdija, and the Rockets give us an expiring Christian Wood and a 20-year-old power forward. Why not? Christian Wood, welcome to the Wizards, my friend. Russell Westbrook. Okay, so very interesting roster. Very, very interesting. So we're going to sign a backup wing player or a backup point guard, and we are ready to go. So I see James Ennis, but I also see Cameron Payne. And I'm going to sign Mr. Cameron Payne, because why not? I never get Cameron Payne. So that is our new roster. Christian Wood, Jeremy Grant in the front court, former Detroit Pistons players, and then you got Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. So this team is interesting to say the least. Russell Westbrook is going down in overall, which is never a good sign, but it is what it is. So I think if there was ever a time to make the playoffs after all the moves we just made, it is this season. If we don't make the playoffs, it's a GG. There's no point in this video if we can't even make the playoffs this next season. So hopefully that doesn't happen. We end up making the playoffs and we'll be ready to go for this next season. End of the season, something different I don't usually see is Kyrie Irving wins MVP, amazing shooting splits. Kenny Chandler, Rookie of the Year on the Rockets. John Wall, 6th Man of the Year. So John Wall is still in Houston. Interesting. Defensive Player, Jalen Suggs, Most Improved, and Billy Donovan, Coach of the Year. Austin Newsome, Executive of the Year. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. So we ended up as the 4th seed in the East, 47 and 35 on the season. Player stats wise, we had 24 from Russell Westbrook, 16 from Russ, or 24 from Beal, 16 from Russell Westbrook, 16 from Hardy, 15 from Jeremy Grant, 13, 11, 9, 6, 5, 2. So definitely very, very interesting. We had a very, very interesting season, as you can tell. I'm definitely curious and interested to see if this team is gonna get, get past the first round. We barely made the playoffs, I feel like. Trae Young, Quentin Grimes, Reddish, John Collins, Anika Kongwu Capella, Hunter Bogey, Kevin Huerter. So in game 1, we're down 1-0 to start things off. Trae Young 35 and 14. Bradley Beal 28 and 4. Game 2, we even it up though, so that's a really good sign. 25 and 9 from Bradley Beal. So in game 3, they're up 2-1. So I guess, you know what? Let's shrink this rotation and run an 8-man rotation. So that brings Isaac Bonga out of the rotation and Cousins. So in game 4, we even it up. So shrinking the rotation, Trae Young dropped 51 and they still lost. That's unfortunate. So here we go, game 5. Definitely interested to see how this is gonna go. Similar game, and they're up 3-2. So no, not Simcast Live. Damn it, I did not mean to click this. I hate. Okay, you know what? It was actually faster. I was actually a lot faster than I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, getting out of the first round looks like it's already gonna be a struggle. So here we go, game 6 in Atlanta. Can we force a game 7 and bring this back to DC? 40 points in the first quarter tells me yes, we can. And yeah, we build them out 163 to 132. So here we go, man. Game 7 in DC. Do we win it or do we get bounced out in the first round? Let's see. As the Atlanta Hawks are giving us a run for our money, but it looks like we're gonna blow them out as we beat them 119 to 134 and we get past the first round. W, man. I just wanted to pass the first round and we did that. So now we're playing the Chicago Bulls. We have Stephen Curry, Patrick Williams, Mojave King, Greg Brown, Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White, Nerlens Noel. So they got rid of Zach LaVine and got Stephen Curry here. So very interesting. So game 1 is gonna go to them. Okay. Game 2 is gonna go to us. So we're not done just yet. We even it up. 27, 7 and 7. Game 3 goes to us. Okay. Game 4 goes to us, and we beat them in 5. W. Let's go, man. I was honestly, wow, that's crazy. But we are playing the New York Knicks now, and we have Derrick Rose, James Boone Knight. So they are the 7th seed, right? That means we should beat this team. Although we should have lost to the first seed, right? So maybe karma is coming back to me. Game 1, we're up 1-0. So W, 42 from Jaden Hardy. This man's come a beast in the playoffs, it looks like. Game 2, they even it up. So, yep, no surprise there. Jonathan Kuminga dropped 35. Game 3, they're up 2-1. Already don't want to go down 3-1 here, so we're going to go ahead and go straight to Simcast. So running an 8-man rotation has definitely helped. Shrinking the rotation has made us better. But it looks like we're going to go down 3-2, 114-128. So if nothing else, we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in this video. And let's see if we can, not roll over just yet. Can we force game 6 and then maybe even game 7 past that? So 36. All right, man. Can we force game 6? Come on, bro. We got this. And New York. We're not dead just yet. We don't roll over here. We honestly force a game 7. And that's going to be all she wrote. 135, 117. We're not done just yet. Come on, bro. DC. In DC. We don't lose these. Game 7. Let's go. Come on. Back and forth game. Looks like, okay, very, very good. 99, 110, 111, 112, 113. It's looking good. It's looking very good. We're keeping kind of a 10-point lead. It is, it looks like we're gonna win this one, as we're gonna go to the NBA Finals. Christian Wood 26-9, Bradley Beal 22-5-4, and now we get to play the Los Angeles Clippers. So they have Tyus Jones, Paul George, and Jaren Jackson. So no longer Kawhi Leonard. Game 1 goes to them. So not a good start to things. 34-15 Isaiah Todd. Game 2 goes to us. So we do even it up. W, Paul George 33, Christian Wood 31-15. Game 3, they're up 2-1. Okay. Game 4, we even it up. Come on, game 5, let's get it. Yes, 3-2. Beat them in 6. Nope, game 7, man. Now the game 7. This one is in LA, so we don't have home court advantage here. Here we go, man. Game 7. This is for all the marbles. For the championship. Very close first quarter. It is a back and forth game. 2 minutes 44 seconds left. We jump into here and we close this out. 110-107. The Clippers have the ball. Tyus Jones is at the free throw line. All right, man. This is definitely a game for all the marbles. Tyus Jones at the free throw line makes it, and now we have a Wizards timeout. So already jumping in, you guys already know how I hate these timeouts. So I'm gonna turn those timeouts off, and we're gonna jump right into the game. With the basketball, we're up to 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. I'm gonna go straight to the screen and roll. Zubac can't guard Russell Westbrook, so that is gonna be that's going to be something I attack. I think that's what I'm going to take advantage of, as Clippers want to call a timeout because they know they can't switch Zubac onto Russell Westbrook during that screen and roll. So hopefully we can do that same thing again and kind of make things happen. So all right, so did they substitute? Because I think they made some. No, they didn't. Okay, good. I did not want any substitutions. So Jeremy Grant's not out here, but that's okay. So all we have to do is guard Tyus Jones. They have Isaiah Todd on the perimeter right now. Tyus Jones I'm not really intimidated by, right? But Paul George is being guarded by Bradley Beal. I'm gonna let Rui Hachimura deal with that matchup. It's gonna make Paul George kind of cutting. I'm gonna go ahead and close out on that. Tyus Jones is gonna shoot, and that is a mid-range, and he's gonna miss it. Russell Westbrook with the board. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe slow it down here. Bradley Beal is honestly, I probably could have taken that shot, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just get right around Paul George to the basket. 114-108. Clippers need to talk it over once more. They sweating in their boots right now, as I'm definitely running away with this game right now. Clippers out of the timeout. Looks like they're gonna throw it up to Paul George in the backcourt. Gonna try to get something on me with Bradley Beal guarding him. We're definitely just gonna try to play some lockdown defense here. That was definitely some good defense, and we get the board. That is a absolute W possession on the defensive end. Scotty Barnes is wide open from 3, and he is gonna miss it. That's super unfortunate. That would have definitely been a really interesting shot. Put a lot of pressure on the Clippers. Paul George is gonna go to the basket again, but this time I foul him. I thought I played some good defense, but it ends up being a shooting foul. So Paul George to the rack is going to make first one, or to the free throw line I should say, and he is going to make the second one. All right, here we go. Gonna go back to Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal. If Scotty Barnes could have made that 3 earlier, man, that would have made things really interesting. All right, so gonna get another screen and roll. Christian Wood looks like he's ready for it. Yep, alley-oop. Can't stop it. 116-110. We're up by 6 points for this NBA championship. All right, man. Paul George, Bradley Beal matchup again. This is the one to watch. I don't want to get Bradley Beal fouled out, to be honest with you, so maybe we switch that. Paul George wide open from 3, and Christian Wood just didn't get the memo. I wanted to switch, and he just Kind of sagged off Paul George there, but it's okay. I'm gonna go to Bradley Beal on this possession, as I honestly thought I had a, oh, that was a nice steal by Tyus Jones. I thought I had a lane, and Paul George kind of closed it out. Okay, they're gonna go to PG on this possession again. Maybe I double team here. No, I don't think that's the best idea. Tyus Jones for 3, and he's gonna miss it. Zubac with the board. We play good defense there. Oh my goodness, man, the game is really close. Bradley Beal, maybe I just take this to the basket. Maybe I just take this to the basket. Yes, I do. 118 to 113, 5-point game. Man, oh man, Tyus Jones was on him. I had to take advantage of it. So gonna play good defense on Paul George here again. He's gonna go to the basket. I'm gonna try to make sure not to foul him. Bradley Beal plays good defense without fouling, but Paul George to the rack is just the way it is. So 118 to 115, 3-point game, 1 possession still. Gotta make a basket here. I have no choice. Rui Hachimura on the screen. Russell Westbrook to the rack, and I'm gonna get fouled. So I gotta make these 2 free throws. At least one of them would make this a 4-point game. So I'm gonna make the first one. Very close to not making it though. If I make the second one, that would put, yep, there we go. Excellent release. And the Clippers are probably gonna want to call timeout here, I imagine. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're gonna go. So here we go. Never mind, they are gonna call that timeout. 5-point game. They need to talk things over. They're gonna need a 3 out of this possession most likely, and then try to get a stop. So they're probably gonna try to go for a quick 3. If the CPU was smart anyway, they would do that, but you just don't know with 2K. So all right, man, here we go. Let's see what they're gonna do. I gotta make sure I clamp Paul George out of everybody else. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I play defense on Paul George, because that's who they're gonna go to. I got a nice tip in, and wow, that's gonna sit in the free throw line, man. That's super unfortunate. Okay, well, he misses the first one, so that's actually huge. Terrence Mann misses the first one, and he makes the second one. Okay, that was actually big. So all right, let me make sure I get the ball in Russell Westbrook, and I absolutely sell there, but Christian Wood just saved my damn life. Oh my goodness, I could not believe I just did that. Bradley Beal to the free throw line. We make these, and he misses the first one. Okay, we make the second one. Everything will be fine. And we make the second one. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I got that. Dude, Christian Wood absolutely just saved my life there after I sold that possession. All right, well, let's see what Paul George is going to do, man. You're going to need a quick basket, I imagine. I'm going to make sure I clamp you up. If I have to foul out Bradley Beal here, I will. I'm going to make sure no easy buckets here. Paul George is going to throw it to Zubac for 3. I will let him take that 9 times out of 10, and that is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. 121 to 116. That should be all she wrote. Rui Hachimura to the free throw line. We made the first one. They have 6 seconds left. That's not going to give him enough time to come back. I hope you guys enjoy this one. We got the Washington Wizards a title around Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, but for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.